In this month's OT, we have a piece about practices that are over 100 years old. I decided to go along and chat with the owners of one such centurion practice about carrying on a legacy as well as their working relationship, which was actually a real treat for me.
My name's Catherine Sims.
And Emma Smith, J Rawling Opticians in Ipswich. And we've been here since the 70s, I believe.
On this premises, yeah. We've been in the town for over 100 years.
J Rawling Opticians was founded in Ipswich in 1923 by Alfred John Rawling. During the Great Depression, Alfred handed the practice to the optician in residence, one Kemble Williams, seemingly for free. This legacy got passed on to Catherine's father, who ran the practice for many years, eventually passing it down to his daughter.
The whole nature of the practice has completely changed, hasn't it?
It has, although I think we have survived because we've still got a lot of patients who have been coming for years, as well as a lot of new patients.
Yeah,
but we do have, grandchildren and children coming in as well.
We don't advertise, do we? Perversely,
No.
we don't actually do anything in the way of advert. It's all word of mouth recommendation.
All the new patients we get, of which we've had a lot this year, haven't we? I think probably winning the award and everything helped with that, and having something in the local paper. But everyone that comes in says, oh, my neighbour comes to you, or I told someone I wasn't happy and they said, oh, go to Rawlings.
So, I mean, obviously Emma's been here 30 years, I've been here 20 years. Both our receptionists, Denise and Karen, have been here at least... I mean, Denise has been here 20 years as well.
Yeah, and Karen's not far off, yeah.
For the patients, they like that continuity. They like coming in and seeing familiar faces who know them, who know their history. It's like your GP used to be. Not many people have a GP anymore, do they, that they know, but you used to have a family GP that would know you. And that's what they get here. We ask about their sister or their son.
Yeah, we get to know people, don't we? Yeah. And they know all about us.
Yes, absolutely. It's more like a family vibe, really, isn't it? I feel like that between... I mean, we've been friends for so many years anyway.
We've known each other since we were 11.
And lots of the patients think we're sisters, don't they? I think they think because my father used to run the practice and then retired and we took over, so I think they think we're both his daughters. I felt a big responsibility. We probably both did. When he trusted us to take on the business together.
I think we'd be so disappointed if we didn't manage to... Wouldn't we? It would be like,
and when COVID hit, that's something I kept thinking, what's my father going to think? How are we going to sort of keep the business? So I'm thrilled we've managed to get to 100 years because I think he's thrilled as well.
I think he's definitely really proud that it's still open. And
yes, when you look at the high street, I mean, when he comes into town and he said he walked down the Buttermarket where this practice originally was, it almost broke his heart, I think, seeing empty shop after empty shop. It really hits you, I think. It's really impacting seeing how devastated most streets are.
And your mum worked here as well, didn't she? Obviously,
my parents
she was
met
DO
here.
And he was the optom. So they both worked. They both ran it.
She was a receptionist. She came here as a receptionist, and then he convinced her. They started dating, and he convinced her that she should sort of train and become a dispensing optician. Yeah. So they both ran the place.
So I was talking to someone at the weekend saying how there's real hope. There are still lots of little independents like us that are either opening or that are still doing well.
You don't know things like that, what's around the corner, do you? You've just got to try and keep kind of plugging away, doing things the way you believe it should be done.
Bit like COVID.
That's such a long time ago now. I remember going around to people's houses in the full hazmat suit sort of thing with the gloves and the mask.
Leaving them on the doorstep, coming
then
away.
Then telephoning them and saying, I've left your glasses on the doorstep.
We have disinfected them before we've dropped them off. Yeah, and it was like
crazy,
that.
Really, wasn't it? So we start, but we were one of the lucky professions. At least we were then able to start opening up much sooner than a lot of places.
It was very stressful because we didn't know exactly how it was spread with surfaces and things like that. I think that was the most anxiety-inducing. Literally, I'm just so concerned that someone would come in or one of us might give someone COVID or
infect them,
so we were literally cleaning. We ruined all the wood surfaces, didn't we? We had to have them all redone,
French polished again
from all the Dettol or whatever it was. It was quite stressful.
And I don't think things will ever be the same again as a result of that, because obviously so many people now have turned to like online shopping and things that way they wouldn't. My parents would have never have shopped online before that, and now they've just got used to doing that. And then these things all knock on, don't they? And so now probably people who would never have thought before perhaps are thinking about buying their glasses online. They might have their eye test, but then shop online. And those are the people that probably would never have dreamt of doing that.
But at the same time, I suppose when we were open and nowhere else was, when people were coming in, even though they were all masked up, it was like, they'd come out, It was like some people were really pleased to be allowed to come out somewhere.
Oh yeah,
it differed,
absolutely.
didn't it, quite a lot between different patients. All I know is we're nice and busy at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, we send out a couple of hundred reminders a month. It's pretty steady though, isn't it? I mean, we hit a sort of sticky patch after the pandemic, certainly, when I think just because people weren't cautious about coming out, they were putting off having things like their sight test.
And I suppose because there is less in the town centre, as there are in a lot of towns, there are fewer shops, so people are, but people always say, oh, we just come in to see you, don't they? We come in to see you, or we come in to go to the bank. But being out here and actually dispensing is definitely, the nicest part of the job, because you get to talk to people, and that's really the best thing, isn't it?
I think that's what a lot of people want nowadays. I think society has changed so much, and a lot of people, they don't have the time, no one has the time to talk to them. The doctor doesn't have the time, that you can just get a phone appointment. A lot of people don't interact with people on a daily basis, do they? So if they can come in somewhere that you recognise them, ask about things their life's involved, their pets, whatever, we always.
And our receptionists are really good at doing that as well. If you've got time, if you've got time, sit and chat. You do have people say things to you in the quietness of a room.
People cry quite a lot, don't they? Which I feel bad, but I think it's because they feel they can, especially if you go in to do something like a retinal photograph, so you
and
take them into
dark and quiet,
and then they'll suddenly talk about a loss that they've sort of suffered recently, and you think, it's amazing they feel that this is somewhere they want to, but at least they can talk to someone.
Like you say, I suppose there aren't that many. It's not always easy to find people to talk to these days, is it? It is really rewarding. It is the most rewarding part of the job, and you can go home tired at the end of the day, but if you've spoken to a couple of people and you know that at the end they've gone, oh, thank you so much.
And they always appreciate, people like bring us chocolates or plants or things, don't they, sometimes. And also, it was very sweet, after we had an article in the local newspaper about the 100th anniversary, lots of patients emailed in. They said they'd seen it and it just brought back happy memories of bringing their grandfather in or something like that. And I just thought that's really nice that they took the time just to say, makes you feel loved.
No, it is nice. No, it is nice. It's the most important, I think, if you can enjoy your job.
Which we both do. It's so varied, isn't it? Yeah. We're lucky we've got lots of lovely patients as well, I think.
Yeah. It's still got that kind of small town feel to it in a way.
Yes.
You have got a lot of different people, a lot of diversity, a lot of different types of people, but it's still quite a close-knit.
It's not the town it was when we grew up here, when we were younger, but people still take pride in the town. They're loyal to the town, and I think that's why they're loyal to us. They want to support businesses, the few businesses that are left, know. Thank goodness. If someone walks in off the street that doesn't know us and says, can you do me 2 for 1 on this, at a certain high street, then obviously we just can't do that. But we offer, I hope, a level of service. We always had sort of continuity of staff. We had obviously my father was here for many years, and Sue Christian, most of the opticians kind of came here and worked for many years. Yeah. And again, like I said, the patients like that sort of, we've got a fantastic optom working here at the moment, Thanusha, who's here 3 days a week, and another Jeremy who's here, but he's here just every other week. We've got scope for more testing. We need more staff. We just cannot get...
We can't recruit.
Locums. So even though we're lovely.
I know.
Aren't we? I don't know what we can do to We're both still, after all these years, quite enthusiastic about what we do. We were enthusiastic about the and the frames. We both see all the reps ourselves and choose everything.
And we've got quite different styles sometimes as well, and that's quite good, because we do both look at, we'll both pick completely different things.
But we know who we're buying for, don't we, as well? So I think that
we all get on really well, don't we?
And we've all got sort of strengths and weaknesses, I think, which are good. We kind of balance out each other. So touch wood, we haven't had sort of arguments at any point, have we?
No, we'll always come to an agreement in the end, won't we? We'll always see reason.
But then probably because we keep so many things the same as well. We're not people that sort of radically change things much. We try and keep the clinical rooms as modern as possible and invest in new kit for that, but to keep the sort of feel still the same in here. They say they feel kind of relaxed and calm and comfortable.
It's quite quiet in here and quite peaceful.
It's so different to the high street, I think, where everything is very bright and hard surfaces and rushed, and whereas elderly people particularly, can come here and know that we will give them an hour of our time. So the main sort of problem we have really in this area is getting optometrists. There aren't many. It's sort of Suffolk, East Anglia seems to have a very thin spread of optoms.
We know of other people who have been looking for ages
There's
as well.
Lots of other practices around here that can't start.
So that was what we wanted our children to do, was it not?
Yes, we both encourage both of our older ones, who because you're
20 and
my son's 19. They're both doing science subjects, but neither have. No. I'm still thinking I can convince Zach at some point, though. Can you put a thing at the end saying, we'd really like someone, please send us your CV?
Yeah. Little beg at the end.